If you're new to my channel, my name's JP. I specialize in teaching improvisation on the drums. And today I'm going to teach you one of my personal favorite approaches to developing improvisational vocabulary. So one of the main problems that drummers face, and you might sympathize with this, is we learn patterns, we learn fills, and then we don't always know exactly how to transform that little isolated thing in an airtight container, this pattern, this one fill that works in this one way, into actual vocabulary that we can express ourselves with, speak with, rearrange on the fly. And what I do is come up with systematic methods that help us do exactly that. So in today's masterclass, I'm going to teach you the stutter and extend approach. And what's beautiful about this and what's important about this is that this is an approach that we are going to, in this lesson, apply to 5 patterns. But these are just 5 patterns that I personally find sound really cool. Once you learn the approach, you can apply the approach to all sorts of other patterns, fills that you learn wherever you go. So this is the type of thing that you carry with you for the rest of your life. This is, essentially, forgive the cliche, but this is teaching someone how to fish as opposed to giving them a fish. In these master classes I do on my YouTube channel, like the one you're watching, I try to do exactly that. I try to teach people how to fish, how to actually learn the systems that allow you to improvise. And what I have been finding really heartening is that these sometimes hour-long master classes, which I think of as university-level sort of drum lectures, this is the type of thing, or even more well thought out, dare I say, as someone who went to music school, than a lot of drum lectures you'll get at the university level. What I find heartening is that these are the videos on my YouTube that have the most views. So people are hungry for something deeper than what YouTube is generally offering with sort of online drum lessons. Where it's like, here's a quick takeaway, 3 easy hacks, 5, fills and that every drummer needs to know. These things are great at a certain moment in your drumming. But if you're here, you probably want more. And that is exciting to me because that's what I love to teach. That's what I love to think about. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So, stutter and extend approach. What's up, France? What's up, Greece? What's up, Argentina? Dublin? Utah? Oregon? Austria? Philippines? Dallas, Texas, while you're enjoying some gumbo, just to help soak in the knowledge. That's beautiful. Thanks for joining me today. The other thing that's fun today, there's a promo code. You can see it on the screen here. Anyone here can try my website for 30 days. My website is where that's where I gather all of the courses. Right. Today will be a masterclass, which is sort of it'll be in depth, but we'll move relatively quickly to actually work through systematic courses that I want to say virtually guarantee you'll develop improvisational vocabulary. That's where you go to jpbouvetmethod.com. If you use the code IMPROVISE by the end of this Saturday, you'll get 30 days for free. No catch. You can cancel anytime. I just want to see, I just want you to have a chance to see if it's your kind of thing, your cup of tea. Okay, so we got enough people in the door here. I think we're ready to start thinking about the stutter and extend approach. While we're at it, as we jump into this, like I said, these YouTube masterclasses have been, in my opinion, a success. And I'm curious, for anyone watching, what is a topic that you would like covered in a future masterclass? Something you want to learn more about how to do in depth, including both the underlying philosophy as well as technical takeaways, right? That's what we're going to do. That's what I try to combine. So leave a comment. What topic would you like me to cover in a future YouTube masterclass that's free, that's available to everyone? I want to know. Let's get into it. Today, the stutter and extend approach. Here we are. I've got I'm trying something new today I'm excited about, the iPad. So I have more flexibility. Here's how it works. The stutter and extend approach, we take a pattern and we take one element of it and we learn to stutter it randomly. and we take a different element of it and we learn to extend it. Here's what this works. You can do this with anything. If I take the word camera, I'm looking at a camera right now. Camera, 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 camera. I have a pattern. I'm repeating a rudiment. It's very boring. It has no melodic variation. My job, if I want to start improvising, is to start creating melodic variation with it. I can take the camera and stutter it. Camera, 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 like that. So I'm stuttering, I'm truncating the pattern, making it shorter, and that's giving me a melodic variation. Likewise, I can take the part. That's kind of the long, smooth, sort of like negative space part. Camera. I can extend that. Camera, 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 camera. So if I can stutter and I can extend, and I can systematically build my ability to do that with control, then I can transform this rudiment into actual melodic content, which is the content of improvisation. So camera, I'm in triplets right now, which makes it even weirder, but camera, 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 camera. You get the idea. Let's jump into our first actual pattern here that we're going to think about, the paradiddle. We're not going to talk about the paradiddle a lot because I've been talking about the paradiddle a little too much lately. I have a whole masterclass on the paradiddle. Look that up. We basically do this approach with the paradiddle. I just don't reference the approach because it's about kind of something different. But try this out. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Stutter the para. That's the part you stutter. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Paradiddle. What would that sound like on the drums? Listen, I'm only going to stutter the para. It's the only creative freedom I have, the only improvisational decision I can make. Here we go. Okay, I'm stuttering the para. Now if I extend the diddle, what does that sound like? Paradiddle, 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 diddle, 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 diddle. And then I decide, paradiddle, paradiddle, diddle, 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 paradiddle, diddle, diddle, paradiddle, paradiddle, diddle, diddle, paradiddle, diddle, paradiddle, diddle, paradiddle, paradiddle, diddle. Now I'm going to improvise only extending the diddle. No more stutters of the para. Only extending the diddle. Now I'll allow myself to stutter and extend. So let me actually just sing this for you, because this is one of those beautiful things that you can practice, on your knee. So here we go. I'm stuttering the paradiddle. I'm extending the diddles. 3 and a 4 and a paradiddle, 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 diddle, diddle, paradiddle, 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 diddle, diddle, paradiddle, diddle, paradiddle, 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 diddle, diddle, paradiddle, diddle. So it's so simple, right? So what we start doing is we start playing things like paradiddle diddles, paradiddle diddle diddles, but we don't even think of it that way. We're just thinking about the paradiddle. We're not mixing rudiments together. We're manipulating one rudiment, one pattern, and it allows us to play melodic content with this. So if I just fast forward to a point where I can start orchestrating this on the kit, start adding kick drums in, Notice that you're going to be able to hear what's going on in my head now. This is just the paradiddle with these specific manipulations. Now orchestrated a little bit. I'll go slow, maybe then medium fast. Let's see. Beautiful, right? Even those big singles at the end, that's just para. Para, 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 para. Okay, so we've talked about the paradiddle enough. I don't want to dwell on the paradiddle too much. Let's move on to our second example. Right, left, kick. So this is going to feel really different than the paradiddle. So the paradiddle is a really boring melody. Like when you play the paradiddle, it's quarter notes. Ba. That's the melody of that rudiment. Very boring. So it needs our help a lot. Now this is different. Right, left, kick in straight time. Here's what that sounds like. Check it, 3, end up with group of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll throw some janglies on so that the hi-hat's a little easier to hear. So I'm looping that pattern. What's nice about right, left, kick is it kind of has a melody built into it. So this unfolding group of 3 is sort of this polyrhythm. It goes over the bar line if you continue it. This is a beautiful melody that actually, it feels nice just by itself. Unlike the paradiddle, quarter notes. It barely counts as a melody. It's so boring. This, dotted eighth notes. Very nice already. So we don't have to try that hard. But look at how we stutter and extend the right, left, kick pattern. Remember, we have right, left, kick. If we want to shorten this pattern, we just remove a note. So we're going right, like camera. It's the same exact thing. Right, left, kick, camera. It's 3 syllables. Right, left, kick, right, left, kick, right, left, kick, right, left, right. So we take right, left. We stutter that. Right, left, kick, right, left, kick, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Or we take left, kick, right, left, kick, right, left, kick, right, left, kick, left, or kick, right, right, left, kick, right, left, kick, right, left, kick, right, kick, right, kick, right. So watch me just do right, left, right, left. So let me orchestrate it like this. When I stutter the right, left, I'll put it up on the tom, on rack tom. Here we go. 3 and a 4 and a. So now we've got right, left going on. And we try left, right, left kick. If I stutter that, now I'll move that. I'll play here. I'll move the left kick up to the high tom. Ready? 3. Oh, sorry. That might have been loud. Sorry. 3. Here we go. 3 and a 4 and a. So now you can imagine the third option. Let me just use this part of the creative process. And as I go through this, you'll hear the stutters here and there. I'll try to make them obvious at first, and then I'll disguise them. And what this is going to do is going to break up the sort of monotony of this dotted eighth note rhythm. It breaks it up. But 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It sprinkles in these twos along the way. Here we go. 3 and a 4 and a. Nice. So we're turning this pattern into something different. Now let's look at the extend. What does it look like to extend here? To extend, the way that I think about the right-left kick, and we're extending, is we're taking the right-left kick and we're simply making it a double. So you got right-left kick, right-left kick, right-left kick, kick. Right, that's the easiest one to identify as I play it. Oh, sorry. Sorry, got to push my old mic button. To extend now, right, we're taking a single note, right-left kick, and turning it into a double. Right-left kick, right-left kick, right-left kick, kick. Like that. Listen for the kick, kick. 3 and a 4 and a. Then we stutter when you extend that kick drum every time, we end up playing doubles. Right, left, kick, right, left, kick, hand, hand, foot, foot, hand, hand, foot, foot. We get a little group of 4 going on here at the same time. Now I can extend my right hand. Or my left hand. And we've got a lot of variation starting to get built up here. So now we can imagine we've got this group of 3 unfolding. Right, left kick, right, left kick, right, left kick. And as you can see, what I've tried to make obvious on the iPad here is that as you do this, right, these become different groupings, right? Like we said before, when you truncate the pattern, remove a note, you stutter it, it becomes 2. If you add 1 extension, it becomes a group of 4. You have 3 possible groups of 4. And then you have 3 possible groups of 5 if you say right, right, left, left, kick. And then you have, if you extend all of the elements, right, right, left, left, kick, kick, you get a group of 6. 3 and a 4 and a 3 and a 4 and a. But what I love about this approach is that you end up playing all these interesting groupings without thinking about the math of it. So you end up playing groups of 5 and 6, and these odd groupings and combinations of them are sort of famously challenging. But in this case, if you can get to the point where you can loop the group of 3, then we systematically learn to, for example, extend your right hand randomly, then your left hand randomly, and your kick drum randomly. And you end up playing groups of 3, 4, 5, 6, and next to each other in combination without ever doing the sort of like painful, like polyrhythm coordination work that it usually requires. So it's kind of a shortcut, or let's just say I don't know if it's a shortcut, it's a much more pleasant path that's immediately creatively useful to the same endpoint. So that's right, left, kick. Let's take a look at another pattern here. We've got, this is one I've been working on. So this is great. Well, I always try to show stuff that I'm genuinely working on because I really want to emphasize this is an approach I'm using literally every time I sit down and play the drums, and it can be applied to so many different things. So I've been kind of in a little jazz phase right now, partially because I'm preparing for making a traditional jazz course on my website. Stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, this was just a lick that I've played before, but then I started to be like, I want to be able to do more melodic work with this. So here's what the lick sounds like. Or you can see here on the screen. Triplet straight and triplet straight straight, triplet straight straight, decka dip bop bop. And the way that I would use this is like moving these down the tom really fast. So. And it just dawned on me the other day, I can stutter and extend this. I can apply this approach to this pattern. And what you do, you take the beginning half and you call that the stutter, because that's sort of the active part of the melody. Shakakaka, shakakaka. Shukakaka, that's the active part. So I'm stuttering that. This means repeating it in this case. So if I go repeat it randomly. Or. Now I'm starting to be able to play melodies with this. And then to extend it is to take that sort of negative part of it, where it's just the sort of more negative space, and go randomize how long I do that. And now let's say I take both of them. So now I'm stuttering and I'm extending. I'm going dugga-da-ba-ba, dugga-da-ba-ba, dugga-da-dugga-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, dugga-da-dugga-da-dugga-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. I start orchestrating, things start to sound really nice. Now, important little side note here is that I'm developing this one little pattern, right? But it's part of, it's one sort of little mini subset within my greater vocabulary and triplets here. So let's say I'm playing a little jazz drum solo. Now listen for when I use this material. I'll give you a wink when I do it, but I'm going to mix it in with other stuff, right? Because this is just one little group of vocabulary that I can use amidst other stuff at this tempo. Right? Fun. So as we develop several patterns with this approach, we start to move between them. This expands our general vocabulary a lot. Now, as you can see here, I've written out a couple steps. These will feel familiar, right? Step 1, use only the stutter to improvise. Step 2, use only the extend to improvise. Step 3, orchestrate the stutter. Step 4, orchestrate the extend. And then step 5, and this is what I love. This is the step I love. Add dynamics during the extending. Because the extending is just eighth notes. But now play melodies in eighth notes during that extension. Sounds like this. flamming. Now, this is sort of, I call this pattern 3.5 because it's the same exact thing, but it's all on the snare drum. Shaka-da-da-da, shaka-da-da-da. So we don't have to talk about it much, but listen to how this sounds now. We don't have that kick drum. So now we're going. So if we do the stutter, it just ends up being hands playing triplets. And if we do the extend, it's just hands playing eighth notes. Kick drum. We can mix that with the kick drum version we were just doing. We could swing those eighth notes. Another creative idea. If we're playing jazz context, just same thing, but swing the eighth notes. Sugar do dat 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 dat, sugar do dat dat dat, sugar do dat 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 dat. And then, of course, adding rests, adding actual space, which is my last step there. Shiga-doopa-doopa-doopa. There's a lot to say with this stuff. All right, let's take a look at the next example here. Flam stuff. Again, flams, notoriously challenging, but great once you get them. So again, sharing things that have been on my personal radar. Flams have been on my personal radar. I've been trying to develop a whole bunch of flam vocabulary. Sounds like this. And one of the ways that I've enjoyed doing this is centering it around the Swiss triplet, which has a flam in the front, and it sort of gallops in that your right hand is on the same side every time, unlike the flam accent where you move right to left. This is also important, but in this case, this makes it a lot easier. So we're going Swiss triplets. We're in, let's go straight time. So we're using that right-left kick, that dotted eighth note melody. If I play one measure of that, it sounds like this. So here again, we can ask, what's the stutter, what's the extend? There's a couple answers here, which is fun. This approach, it needs to be adapted to various patterns. One way to stutter this is to just repeat the flam. Flampo to flampo to flam flampo to flampo to flam flampo to flampo to flam flampo to flam 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 flampo to. Oh, by the way, if you're just joining us, promo code improvise on jpbouvetmethod.com, and you can study 30 days for absolutely free, no catch, cancel anytime, with a bunch of courses that teach this type of thing. Especially the right-left kick. There's a right-left kick course, mastering right-left kick. So here we go. Let me stutter just the flam. That's the only creative option I have right now. Listen. Okay, nice. That's giving me some variation. I could also, however, stutter like we did with right, left kick. We took 2 notes. I could say flam right. So now I'm going flam note. I'm just going to switch back and forth. I'm going to use my flam tap here, because that's a group of 2. That's my way of stuttering this in a different way. I have 2 ways of stuttering it now. Now, if I want to extend it, I can just play singles, right? Flam, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. I take those last 2 notes and I extend them. And now I do both. So listen where you hear stuttered flams and where you hear space. That's the extension. Let's take a couple creative exercises. Here's the process. 1, stutter only. I just showed that. Extend only. Okay. Part 3, orchestrate just the flam. This is where things get pretty cool. I use this all the time personally. Now orchestrate the singles like we did in the previous step. So now when we play singles, we can do whatever. Use accents, move them around the kit. And we start to develop yet again with the stutter and extend approach and the Swiss triplet, a ton of vocabulary that we can use flams. And again, the same thing applies here where we're doing groups of 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s without really, again, sort of like with a way more fun path where it's immediately useful. Let's take a look at one more example. Oh, we have 6. I did 6. Okay, the Blooduka. Honestly, a pattern I don't use that much personally, but which really fits in the stutter extend approach really well. So you take I like to think of, there's several ways you can sort of notate and think about the Blooduka. I haven't looked up any of them. This is how I think about it, because I think it makes what we're talking about easiest to understand. You have a flam, and then you have a drag. Bra, Durka. Bra, Durka. So your left hand, let's say your left hand is playing this melody that you can see with eighth notes and quarter notes. Da, 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 ba, ba. I call this dotted doubles. Do, 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 do. 2 notes on, 1 note off. Ba, 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 ba. Your left hand's doing that. Da, 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 da. Sounds like this. And then your right hand is alternating between adding a flam note, bra, and adding a drag note, ba, bra, 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 flam, drag, flam, drag, flam. Sounds like this. And then people typically orchestrate the flam to the drums or cymbals. And it's when you accent that left hand really hard that you get that sort of like sloppy, dotted double, dotted eighth kind of group of three thing. So everyone plays the Blooduka. No one plays the Blooduka other than in the way that we just played it. So no one actually gets melodic variation out of it. But it's so easy with the stutter and extend approach. You take the flam and you say, okay, the flam is one part. Bra, bla, flam, blam, flam, to flam, flam, flam. Flam, 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 flam. See how I'm taking the flam when I'm stuttering it? Flam, 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 flam. On the kit. Or you can extend by looking at the drag. Now there's two ways we can think about this. We could play a bunch of eighth notes. Extending the eighth note. Or we could extend the diddles. That drag. We could make it just into a double stroke roll. Which is sick. So then you end up, let's say I'm playing on the toms like I just was, classic Blooduka like this. Now, variations. I can actually improvise with this. This is now creatively rewarding. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Last pattern. This is a little advanced. It's my favorite 5 pattern. I do it absolutely all the time. And I'm always stuttering and extending it. So the pattern is, as written, flam kick, hand, hand kick. Flam kick, right, left kick is sort of the most sensible, the first step, sticking here. Oh, in case you're just joining us, by the way, promo code for my website to try 30 days for free is improvise. Improvise. And in case you missed it earlier, leave a comment in the chat for any topic you'd like me to cover in a future masterclass for free on YouTube. Improvise, jpbouvetmethod.com. 30 days for free. Courses that teach you how to do all of this step by step, systematically, personalized coaching, student community. You can't go wrong. But anyway, so here's my favorite 5 pattern. Sounds like this if I just play it just without even any time. Put it in straight time. This is a little bit of a barrier of entry. This is not necessarily easy, but once you get it going in straight time, then you can make these adaptations, and then it's really cooking. So we've got this great pattern. Now I can say, what does a stutter look like? It could be just like we just did. Double the flam. Blakatutuku, blakatutuku, bla blakatutu. Right, now I have a group of 6. Another way I can stutter this is to take the flam kick. Blakatu, blaka, blakatu, gotu, blaku, blaku. Blaku, blaku, blaku. Listen for the blakus. Right, so we think about our creative exercises we've already done. Only use the stutter. Okay, we have 2 ways of doing it. Now we can improvise just using that. Since this is a group of 5, and that transforms it into a group of 6 and then 7, you don't even have to think about melodies. This is already going to be extremely interesting, unfolding, captivating melody. So that's how we stutter. Look at extend. There's a few ways to think about this. I think the way we can think about it is, or the way I tend to do it, Blooduka. You take a look at those last 3 notes. Flam kick, right, left kick. Right, left kick is back. And just like before, let's just extend the right, the left, or the kick. Start with the kick drum. This turns it into a group of 6. It basically turns it into a paradiddle diddle between the hands and the feet. Hand, foot, hand, hand, foot, foot. Great pattern, but where it really takes off is where I mix that in with the 5s. I'm going 5, 5, 6, 5, 6, and all I'm thinking is, okay, I'm looping this 5 pattern. Am I doubling the kick or not? That's the only thought I'm having. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little orchestration goes a long way with this pattern. So basically, wherever you heard a double there was the 6th version. And then you take right, left, left kick before. Mix that in. Or mix the right double in. So now it's right, flam kick, right, right, left kick. You get the idea. And then you start making these decisions on the fly. You're extending, you're stuttering, and let me do this slow. And what I'm going to try to do is this. Every flam, so the beginning of every pattern, I'm going to play on tom 1, just to try to make this as followable as possible. And then I'll start to disguise it. And with this pattern, I mean, it's like so nice because you don't have to try that hard to disguise it. Like any orchestration will basically like make it really hard to follow what you're doing because the pattern itself is challenging to begin with, and then the adaptations make it virtually impossible to follow. So you just have this complex, intricate melody, captivating, under control, unfolding. One of my favorite things. Here we go. Flams on the high tom. So fun stuff. And of course, again, this is one little mini subset, but you would be mixing this in with other stuff that you can play, right? All your other straight time material, right? So now it's like, okay, now that I've explained what I'm doing, you're like, okay, I get it. So like, it feels a little like in the box. Well, duh. But like, I would be mixing this with 10 other different things that have that much sort of variation built in. I'll be starting and stopping, adding rests and negative space, right? Using the symbols, going into a groove for a second, coming back to this. Right, I'll play a solo in a sec where we'll really use all this stuff. But that's it, folks. That is the stutter and extend approach. Back up to the top of the whiteboard here. Stutter and extend approach, folks. Thank you for watching. Improvise is the promo code. Improvise. You can go to jpbouvetmethod.com, sign up for a monthly subscription, put this in at the checkout screen. You have 30 days for free. You'll actually have 37 days for free because there's a 7-day free trial too. And then, no obligation. You can cancel any time, but this will give you access to everything. The student community and the Facebook group is so supportive and awesome. Personalized coaching and feedback from both me and my instructors on the site. And access to all the courses, including guest courses. Annika Niles' 5th video is going to come out on the site in a couple days from when I'm filming this, so it's already up by the time you see it probably. And that's it, folks. So stutter and extend approach, use the promo code improvise, jpbouvetmethod.com. Thanks for watching. I'm going to play a little drums, play us out. I'm going to try to really heavily use the things we just talked about. So the exact patterns that we just talked about, because again, these are things that I use in my playing, and these are the types of approach. This is the type of approach that if you learn now, you'll be using for the rest of your life. So again, the patterns in this video, they're cool, nice, but what matters is the approach. That's what you're going to learn, focus on, and take that with you for really the rest of your life to apply to whatever other genre or pattern you come across. All right, now let's do it. Let me get rid of this little box. Go away box. We have the technology. All right, folks. Thanks for being here. I'll see you on the site.